as is often the case whenever there's a new administration coming in, people have questions about how is this administration going to end up impacting their overall financial situation. And that came up a few times with some clients who have asked about what kind of changes should they be anticipating from the new administration, what kind of changes should they make in their financial planning, their financial situation, maybe Social Security, maybe investments, as a result of what's going on. And I think it's important for us to keep in mind that, there may be political implications from a new administration, but the economic implications are usually relatively minor.
Well, let me ask, actually. So on the market side, you've seen a lot of incoming administrations. Do you have a feeling about whether investment decisions should be tailored to a particular political party or administration?
I think tailored may be a large word to take, but I think recognizing that there are changes that come up are important. And we saw that actually during the switch between Reagan and Clinton. There was a big question whether Reagan, with his very conservative policies, would be looked at differently under the Clinton administration. And I don't know how you guys felt about it, but looking back at those days, I was very pleased to see that Clinton did not change those policies dramatically, and I think kept us on a steady course.
Well, I was pretty young in those days, but as I recall, the stock market, the equity markets did very well under both administrations. But one thing that I've heard in the air that I know that some clients are concerned about are Social Security and Medicare and those types of programs. Are those things that, as a financial planner, Len, that you are, how are you addressing those questions and those concerns in your planning?
Yeah. I think that there's always, concern over these programs because people, frankly, depend on them, right? And they're a significant portion of somebody's financial plan in certain cases. The idea that the incoming administration might do something to curtail the benefits that people are receiving under Social Security is fed by some of the rhetoric that is being thrown out from the incoming administration. By the same token, for them to actually implement these changes requires them to go through Congress. For them to implement these changes requires congressmen to basically tell their constituents, I'm taking money out of your pocket. And that's a much tougher sell than it is to just kind of talk about it. And
so it's still the third rail, as you would say. I don't think they'll mess with that.
Basically, I think the likelihood is that these, while there may be some subtle changes to these programs in one way or another, I'm anticipating, and I think we as a firm are basically anticipating, that these programs will continue to exist as they've always existed, and they will continue to be there for our clients.
So as the takeaway message, as we've had, this has been really illuminating to me, is that we don't expect dramatic impacts that would really, we don't have to take dramatic action that wildly shifts our planning and investment strategies at this time?
I do not. I think that they will meld into the overall atmosphere that we experience all the time, and that financial plans and actually our financial planning material gives us the availability, which I've never used, of not including Social Security in your financial plan. And it is available, but I don't think most people should even think about it.
Yeah, I've never used that feature either. And, frankly, whenever there's news, right, an incoming administration is certainly news, markets price that kind of thing in very, very quickly. And the markets have responded in a way that indicates they're not expecting something wild one way or the other. They're expecting, a reasonable amount of continuity. They didn't, demonstrate extreme volatility one way or the other upon the news of the election.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I don't see why we should anticipate it.